Grace Rich Unlimited Faith and Food. Our goal is to feed the body, mind, and soul. If you're new here, I'm Melissa, and we're so glad you're here. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. I've been reading this book, The Bible Storyline by Michael Vlash, and I found it very fascinating, so I thought I'd share it with you today. Here is a copy of the book, and you can also find it in the link down below if you're interested. So let's get started. In this chapter from this book, I have been fascinated and had lots of discussions with my husband and my friends around a term he uses, the image bearer. And it comes from the Bible verse, Genesis 1:27, where it says, God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him. Then he goes on to talk about important figures and how they may have statues, or they may have a coin with their head on it, these type of things, and so their image is being projected. And so that got me to thinking about, what does really an image bearer mean? And if we are God's image bearer, what does that mean, and what does that look like for me personally? And when I think of a bearer, I think of we are carrying something. I think of people are looking and seeing what I'm doing, and what am I doing, I guess, was what I felt convicted about. And how am I bearing God's image in the world that I interact in? So I dove in a little deeper and looking at image, and we really have a divine imprint of God's character on us. And I always come back to, how do I implement that in my daily life? And as I think about how I implement that, I come back to small things really matter. What can I be doing on a daily basis that shows God's character through me? What can I do to be that image bearer? And I'll give you an example. Recently, I think this kind of made my husband laugh a little bit. We have new neighbors that moved in next door. And I've talked to him a lot about, gosh, how am I an image bearer? How can I show Christ? And as soon as the neighbors moved in, I said, I'm going to be an image bearer. I'm going to bake them something and take it over. And that's just an example of a small thing that's only in my world. But the neighbors were really grateful, and it opened the door for us to have a relationship. They text us now and then now, and it gives us the opportunity and starts the opening of a door that, if they aren't Christ followers, which I don't know at this point, that one day I can have those conversations and may be impacting them to also become image bearers. So I think it's really cool to think about small ways that we can be image bearers. And I would love to hear your thoughts on ways that you've been an image bearer for Christ, and ways that maybe can challenge us as a community to intentionally be image bearers for Christ. And as I think about that, our value is in Christ, and bearing his image just allows us to feel worthy, to feel a part of his family, and just a really important concept to think about and to challenge ourselves to learn and grow through. So I'm going to continue to think about ways I can be an image bearer, and I hope that this gave you something to think about too. And I also again encourage you, this book, The Bible Storyline, is such an easy read that I think it'd be great if you're interested. Really short, no more than 2, at the most 3 pages, and covers all kinds of biblical, almost stories that we think of as stories, and just giving you a little more to think about from the book. So thanks again for watching, and I just want to encourage you to be an image bearer this week. Thanks again for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe, and share your comments below. Thank you.